Yo, people, it's your boy Major, and as always, I'm with my brother Ace, and welcome to another episode of Two Up Front. Ace, what you telling me, bro?
Nah, hey man, I'm doing well today, man. On one side, the year is flying by, and on another side, bro, we're a few months away from a potential Premier League title. Hey man, I don't get too excited, but nah, man, I'm doing well. How you doing, my guy?
Hey, man, you know how it goes, bro. Blessed and highly favored as always, but yeah, man, already what mid Feb,
I know, man. The year is actually
yeah, man,
flying by, man.
yeah, man. Hopefully, 2026 is a great one. But yeah, bro, we got a lot of football to talk about, man. There's a lot of stuff going on. You mentioned the title, of course, we're gonna get into that. Do you get me? People are even talking about the whole quadruple
Yeah,
thing
man,
there.
nah, man.
So
Hey, man,
you get
get
me?
stuff all of that, man.
I'll
This is what
ask
this
you
is what
the
they're
question.
doing. This is what the British media do, bro. They
I'll ask
build you
you.
up to
I'll,
tear you down. That's
I'll
what they
just
do,
ask
bro.
you some
Nah,
questions,
man.
mate.
Ask me silly questions,
I
bro.
want to see what your thoughts are.
I
But
know,
yeah,
man.
man, before we get into all of that, please make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And yeah, man, we got a lot of stuff to get into. But yeah, bro, let's start with Arsenal. Obviously, there's been a lot of things going on um, between the last match you played and yeah, I don't think we spoke about the Brentford game, and then of course there's the FA Cup stuff going on as well. So firstly, let's talk about the Brentford game, because obviously I think that weekend in particular, it was a big weekend as regards to City were facing Liverpool, and there was a lot of talk about, you know what, this could be a real like pivotal weekend in the title race where City could drop points, potentially lose. Arsenal now can convert that in and make it like a 9 point gap, and whatever the case may be. Then obviously City ended up coming back against Liverpool and getting the win. After Szoboszlai scored the crazy free kick, and then yeah, Bernardo and Haaland gets the penalty where Allison, I don't even know what he was doing, bro. Like, yeah, was such a great keeper. Like, yeah, that was just bad error of judgment. And then yeah,
Silly, man.
it's 2-1. And then yeah, of course, Arsenal Brentford, and the game ended up finishing 1-1. But yeah, what were your thoughts on that? And then afterwards we'll have like a more broader discussion on the title race. But yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, like you say, man, it was definitely a weekend where we were thinking, oh, that we could definitely pull away here because we all thought that Liverpool, especially the record that they have against City at home as well, would definitely get the job done. So yeah, man. So I think, and it was just heartbreaking too because I think I was even out and yeah, Liverpool were up first and they're 1-0. Like, okay, cool. This is like the result that we wanted. This is what we wanted to happen, and then just it was like Liverpool just threw it away, man. And City obviously do what they need to do and get the win, which again for them, and I think those wins are so annoying as well because like it's those wins that are bigger than the
They're
3 points.
galvanizers.
Like they're galvanizers. Like they're the ones where even when the players are starting to maybe be a bit doubtful and say, maybe this is not our year. You get that win, and you're like, you know what? Maybe it is our year. The fact that this
I
happened
think
and we got this over
I
the
think
line. Like,
afterwards Bernardo even came out and said that yeah, like if they didn't win, they would have been thinking, yeah, man, it's long. Like,
like,
so yeah,
so again, man, that shows how that's why it's so disappointing the fact that they did win and they continue to believe. So obviously that put the pressure on us because obviously I think we were playing the day after against Brentford, man, and yeah. And on our side, we were just dreadful. Like Brentford, I already knew that they're like a very good team, but I didn't expect them to bop us the way they bopped us. Like it got to the point where towards the end of the game, I'm even sitting here thankful that we even got away with
yeah,
with
you
the
could have
point
lost
as
it.
well. We could have definitely lost that game. So I think it was in the end, it was like you know what, it's good that at least it's still a 2 game swing. We got the draw. We didn't win, but we made sure we didn't lose. I think Rice came out after the game and said that, which I think is also massive because yeah, as much as like before the game, we were all thinking that City lose, we win, happy days, 9 points. At the same time as well, man. Like I think Brentford also aren't scrubs. So and how well they played and just the fact that we were able to get the point at the end, I was like, you know what, it's disappointing, but I'm not gonna cash out over this. It's just we should have definitely capitalized and done what we needed to do. I think it was just more just disappointing again. Like I know Eze got hooked at halftime in that game. It was just poor performances across the gaff. Like maybe the only like players that maybe that I think kind of like came out with like some credit. Madueke scores a really good header. Like I think he did well. I think like defensively, Ryan made a couple of silly errors, but then he made some big saves at the same time as well that kept us in it. So my what's his name is for Mascara, some big last ditch tackles also after again making mistakes. So I think just when you look at the game in totality, it's just like you know what, I'm just happy that we didn't lose it. As disappointing it was the fact that it's gone from a potential 9 to 4 points. So yeah, I think that was kind of like my overall kind of take on the game. Just like Brentford, I think they deserve to win. And those throw-ins by Coyote guy, oh my god, bro, those throw-ins are ridiculous. Like every single time he was lining it up, I was scared. Like he was causing those serious problems. Like the whole game, Igor Thiago as well causing those problems the whole game. So I think just after a step back, it was like compared to like what it could have been, it was disappointing. But I'm still like happy that we still managed to at least get the point because we were very bad and Brentford were very good. So yeah, that was my kind of take on the game from memory.
Yeah, it was funny to watch the throw-ins and even like the set plays and corners, even like they were crowding Raya and stuff. I was just
bro,
like,
man, I was like, is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like?
I was like, good on you, Brentford. Good on you,
bro.
I was like,
this dude met the master, bro.
Hey,
he met the master.
Fire with fire. Why not? But firstly, I've got to give a lot of credit to them because Keith Andrews has done a brilliant job.
Amazing job,
after
man.
like losing Mbumo, losing Vissar, losing Norgard. For them to be doing like what they're doing is great. So credit to them. But yeah, I felt like Arsenal were poor. I think Brentford is a hard place to go. Like I think they've proven that and they've shown that. And I was really impressed with like even just their fitness and energy levels throughout the 90, because normally you're expecting like, okay, when it's getting to like 70 plus, 75 plus for them to kind of like but bro, they were going, they were pressing, man. They were.
When we went 1-0 up, I was like, okay, yeah, this is where we now just hold the ball, we dominate. They said nope. Like, they said nope. You were lucky to even go 1-0 up, and they punished us by making sure that we didn't sneak a win there, we didn't deserve it. So like, like they even towards the end of the game, like they looked like the team that were more likely to get that second goal to win it than we did. Like obviously until the Martinelli chance at the end, which again we almost then still scammed the win at the end. Like with the that was a big save as well by the Keller, but he's the keeper.
Yeah, Keller.
Keller. Oh, yes, Keller. Yeah. So that was a really, really big save. So again, we almost got away with it, but yeah, no, as you were saying, like man, they were really good. Like they were causing us problems the whole game.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think that's important to say, because I think like there's interesting conversations to be had as regards to obviously the mental side of everything, and like Man City beating Liverpool in the manner that they've beat them. Like you mentioned, I think Pep has only beat Liverpool once at Anfield. So yeah, like when they were winning their titles more time, like they lose there. Like, do you get me? It's one of them ones where it's like they accept they're gonna lose there. They're like, cool, we just need to get enough points everywhere else. Like, do you get me? But Anfield was an L. So for them to do that obviously was a massive thing. And I feel like there's conversations to be had as regards to the mental side of it, but then also I feel like it needs to be a fair conversation as regards to like, regardless of that result, Brentford is a hard place to go. Like, like regardless of what happened there, like it would be a hard place to go anyway. But like obviously, like with City winning, like all the pressure was also heaped onto Arsenal, and then I think where like the mental side of things will come into place, that I think City, they will take the leaf from that. Like the way they beat Liverpool and then the gap drops to 4 points. Like I think now, like it's a full blown, not to say it wasn't before, but it's like, you're in a title race. Like,
man. This is what we wanted to avoid, man. We don't want a title race, but
because I feel like over the last few weeks, like I think Arsenal fans have discussed it, where it was like there was opportunities where City have dropped points, and it's like, you know what, you can just extend this lead to the point where it's like, cool, there's just a nice big gap. Like, do you get me? And I think a lot of Arsenal fans, because of the PTSD of everything that's happened before, they've tried to avoid this thing where it's like City are within distance going into the running. And I feel like now, obviously, that's what the case is. And it's going to be interesting to see, like, obviously, firstly, how Arsenal handled the pressure. Because even like coming up, obviously, you've got Wolves midweek, but then I think those back-to-back Spurs and Chelsea games are going to be absolutely huge, because if there are two teams that don't want you to win the league, it's them two.
Honestly,
So,
man, it's within their power. It's within their hands.
Yeah, Spurs.
They can do something
they've
about
got
it.
a new manager now as well, and they're fighting relegation. We're going to talk about them in a little bit. But yeah, first a game under the new manager, there's nothing they would want more. Like, do you get me? Than to take points.
I think the saving grace that we have, I guess we'll talk about it later, is the fact that the injuries are so deep that it's like I don't know how much. Sometimes I don't know how much you can manage. When the quality just isn't really there. Like I think that's probably their biggest issue right now. But yeah, it's still going to be a tough game because they're going to definitely really want it. So no.
And then Chelsea as well. Like, and obviously they're chasing their own ambitions as regards to top 4, top 5. So like, I think now what's going to happen is that you've got a real title race on the cards. I think as regards to Arsenal, I think like there's been like a lot of conversations this season as regards to like your attack. I don't feel like at this stage of your season your attack is all of a sudden just gonna like I think the long-standing problems with your attack are gonna need to be addressed later. Like, do you get me? Like, both personnel-wise and strategy-wise, I feel like the longer-term problems, that's something that you're gonna have to address later. What you can do now, though, is tweak things and try see how you can platform your players to the best of like their ability to try and to the best of your ability, try platform the players to try get the most out of them. Because I feel like you don't need the outstanding attack, but you need more than what you're getting, like, or what you've got in order to, if providing City are able to pick it up, then you're gonna need more than what you're getting. If City just continue to troll, then it's a bit different. But if they don't and they're able to like get things together, which I feel like even they're not the same City, but it's still Pep. They've still got winners in that team. They've still got people who have been there and done it. And I feel like it's still a very dangerous prospect to like City. And I say City in a title race in a running, bro, they're ridiculous. Like, do you get me?
Man, like, bro, they broke Liverpool hearts how many times?
Yeah, like fam, like do you get me? Like, like
hearts?
Liverpool have seen it. Like even
we've seen
United, like United even going all back pre-Pep all those years with like the Aguero moment, we saw it. Like, do you get me? So it's like, you know, that City, like they've kind of built this thing up of like, you know what, when we're in the title race, like believe that stuff can happen. So I think it's just going to be one of them ones where it's like you're going to have to like platform your attackers differently. I think it was a very blunt performance against Brentford, but ultimately I think just zooming out the point, I don't think that's a horrible point. Like when you zoom out, but I think you're definitely gonna have to platform your attackers differently, and I think that's a nice segue going into like the FA Cup game. Now, of course, it's Wigan. Of course, they're really struggling League One. Shout out Wigan, man. Like, do you get me?
Man. I remember, man. They
Wigan,
gave us some problems back in the day, man.
Hey, man, shout out Wigan for real. Like, you get me? So, but like you done what you needed to do against them. But I think there was just some interesting things there, like as regards to, firstly, MLS was gonna play in midfield. Injury and warm up for Calafiori.
Calafiori, that's another conversation now. But it needs to be discussed. It's like, not looking so great. Bad. It's not bad. It's not looking good at all, man. It's not looking good at all, man.
It's not looking great. Hopefully he can maintain fitness, but it's horrible.
I don't believe anymore.
I've seen, like we've had someone like Mount where it's like that just continues happening like as well. So it's not great at all. But obviously that was supposed to happen. But Calafiori gets Saka comes into the team because Calafiori can't play because he gets injured in the warm up, and obviously he plays centrally. Like as regards to like instead of playing on the wing, Madueke's there. and now Saka's playing more centrally, which is very interesting because I think it's been something that people have spoken about as regards to, like Saka, can you play as like a right 8? Can you play as like a 10? Like, do you get me? And then like you had Saka playing there, and I think obviously preferencing it again is Wigan, but I think he done well.
No,
Like
he
I
did,
think,
and
yeah,
he
I
did
think he did a
do
good
well.
job.
And to be fair, like even one of my boys, like he's been calling for this for years, like for Saka to play in this position. I think he's played there once as well in the past, where I took through it as an experiment, and we never saw it again. I can't remember who it was. It was years ago. But yeah, man. Again, I think kind of like building on your point in terms of us platforming our players. These are the kind of things where, like, even as someone who's like a fan of Arteta, this is where like when people criticize him, I completely understand because this is the kind of thing where Odegaard, as poorly as he played, maybe Havertz was that he would just never have he would never have made that decision to just try Saka in that position. And now the hope maybe is that because of the circumstances that he's been forced into, maybe he gets forced into making a decision like that, and maybe that can give us a different dynamic that we don't have, that he wouldn't have done otherwise, if that makes sense. Right? Trying to be optimistic, but also criticizing Arteta too. That is like it also isn't rocket science in terms of like our attack hasn't been great, and this seems like something that could maybe be something like why not try it? So yeah, no man, I think it was good, and it was good too that he wanted to do one experiment, give MLS the opportunity to play midfield. I was really excited to see that. Unfortunately, Calafiori injury problems. MLS has to go back into midfield. I'm also happy that his then next decision was, I still want to try experiment something here and try something. And he played Saka in the 10, so we'll give him credit there. But yeah, man, I think the way our attack has been moving, what Saka showed, even though it is Wigan, again, I guess Wolves. Hey man, listen, there's no one else that's clear that's going to be in that position. And I think what was also really good as well, I think what probably made him more likely to make that decision was that Madueke as well, thank you. He's been good enough form where it's also not easy to just drop him as well. And I think that's maybe where like the pressure on Arteta will be, where it's like Trossard's been good. If Madueke's been really good and you want to get Saka into the team and you have all these injuries, maybe you have to then try play Saka centrally, even if maybe something that was meant to just be an experiment, but it might work out for us. So yeah, to build onto your point where like I think Saka did really well there, and it was just a different dynamic to what we've seen. And it was nice to see him and Madueke also interchanging, and it was just a lot more flexible in our attack, like in terms of just like our patterns. So no, it was really good, man. And yeah, and then to shout out to Eze playing a bit deeper. When he's played in the 10, he's been so smelly. Even in the Brentford game, getting taken over half time, where he's just not getting on the ball. He looks like he's avoiding it. But maybe he had more touches. He was a lot more instrumental. He was able to play those balls in behind. So again, maybe he needs a different dynamic as well in terms of like within the team. So yeah, man, it was definitely just a nice, like a feel good game as Arsenal fan, just to see the attack, even though like, as we preface, it is Wigan. But it was just nice to see the attack actually flowing, and a team, I think they made a lot of mistakes as well. High line, not pressing us properly, leaving loads of spaces. It was very nice to see the runs in behind and our players interchanging and creating chances. Like, again, the problem is that no one plays us like that. Everyone wants to park the bus and put everyone behind the ball. But again, it was still like nice to see us be so like fluid going forward in that game, man. But yeah, I just wanted to add on to what you were saying. So yeah, no, it was definitely good to see Saka in that position. I think he did well.
Yeah, nah, he definitely did well. And yeah, as you mentioned, Eze, like, yeah, he 2 brilliant assists. The first one in particular, like, is a brilliant pass. And yeah, like you said, he was able to drop deeper as well and like knit things together. And yeah, we've seen again, it's Wigan, but we've seen him do things like that, like in the Prem, like against City. I remember the equalizer for Martinelli. Like, yeah, like he was able to drop and then deliver the great pass. So, and yeah, Martinelli was able to score. So I feel like, yeah, it's not clicked for him. Like, I think there's no hiding that. Like, yeah, he's not, things haven't clicked for him at Arsenal yet. And I think it's going to be interesting to see what solutions Arteta can find as regards to your attack. Because even something like Timber and Ben White, I feel like that's even going to be interesting. Like Timber, obviously, like he's done great for the most part this season, but I think sometimes attacking wise, he does lack a bit. I'm like, yeah, and Ben White does offer something different when it comes to going forward.
Ben White's actually amazing on the ball as well. I think that's something I'm taking for granted. He's passing, he's crossing ability. When he does that overlap and run, he's actually really good compared to Timber in those positions. So yeah, from an attacking perspective, yeah, I think it's very clear. I think Timber is definitely the one where you need a lockdown defender, someone who's going up against a good winger that you don't give him any change, I think. But again, the issue with Ben White now also too is fitness. I think he goes down in this game as well. Let's see, hopefully it's it's just a precaution, whether it, like when he gets subbed off. But yeah, man, I agree with you completely. I feel like these are the kind of things that Arteta and like needs to change and just be more brave in, man. Like I said, if Odegaard was fit, Odegaard would have played as bad as Odegaard has been. And I think that's part of the problem with Arteta sometimes, where it's like he's now been forced into these decisions. I kind of think it needs to be a Rice and a Zubamendi or Odegaard. And then it's Saka or Havertz. That's like he needs to change that who's playing in that 10 position because it just hasn't worked this season so far, especially when it has been Odegaard, or even when it has been Eze. Maybe it has to be Eze or Zubamendi. It's not like in terms of like depending on the game state and who we're playing. I think those are the kind of things that Arteta needs to be so much braver in, especially going into this running. If he's learned anything, I think if he tries to play it safe, which is maybe a little bit of why I think he was willing to experiment in this game too, is I hope that he's seen it as like if I try and play it safe and City can put a run together and the City can probably still beat us this title. Like, we can drop points against Spurs, we can drop points against Chelsea, and then now it's all long again. So I really hope that he's like he can kind of like see like the mistakes he's made in the past and how if he defaults to his natural instinct of keeping it safe and doing what he's always done, then City will just probably do what they've always done and beat us this title again. So yeah, man, he definitely needs to like be creative with what he does going forward.
And I think that's exactly what it is, because I think, like I said, I think there's longer term. Like I think whether Arsenal win the league or not, I feel like Arsenal need a game changer in attack. Like I feel like you need someone who like can at a much more consistent basis create something out of nothing. Like, do you get me? Like I think, like your attack lacks that. And I feel like that's something that Arsenal will probably need to look at later on. But right now, you've still got good players, like, and you've got to find a way of platforming them. Like even Gyökeres, like we've spoken about him a lot, and obviously he struggled a lot for this season. And with all of these limitations, I still feel like cool, like you still need to. Well, he's there. Havertz is injured. Jesus can't play every game, so he's going to be important. Like, do you get me? So it's like just doing what needs to be done. And actually, even to touch on it, I actually think he actually had a good game against Brentford.
You know what? I think he's actually, I think he's been quite good recently. Not good, not good as maybe a stretch, but I think recently, especially like when he's like more come off the bench and not been a starter, I think he's actually made a lot more impact in recent games. So that's why I'm not really, again, like it's like if the team in general is getting the goals and no one's really looking at him, I think it's like if we're not getting the goals and then you're also not playing well, then it's like we're gonna highlight you because you're meant to be a striker.
I think right now it's going to have to be a collective effort. Like that's what it is. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you don't have a Salah that did what he did last season. Like no one's gonna do that for you. Like, do you get me? It's like like where City they've had a Haaland. It's like you don't have that. Like I think right now you don't have a great attack. You've just got to you don't have a great attack, but you've got a great defense. You need to now just get more out of your attack to get you over the line. I feel like that's just what it is. And then long term, then you can start looking at solutions and whatever the case may be. But yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting to see. Like I expect you to brush aside Wolves in midweek, but then I think Spurs, again, like you mentioned, they are like the injury list is actually crazy. Like the injury list is crazy. So their squad is very, very weakened. But like that automatically becomes right now the biggest game of their season. Like both because of what they're fighting and because it's you lot. Then then Chelsea as well. That's going to be interesting. So the next few weeks is going to be interesting to see what happens. But like City, just to quickly speak about them now as well. I feel like they've still got certain problems, but I think like Gahey's been a very good signing. Like I think he's a really good player, and while structurally like himself, like just him by himself isn't going to change things, I feel like it always helps having a good centre back like there. And then Semenyo, he has these limitations, but one good thing about him is that he's going to get goals. Like, do you get me? Like he's capable of putting the ball in the back of the net. Like so. And then Haaland as well, I think that was big for him because he'd gone through a run where he hadn't scored. Like, and then he gets the pen against Liverpool, buries that, and then against Fulham, like scores again. So it's like it's crazy as well because he went on I forgot how many game run and he's still on 22 league goals.
I know,
Like
man.
yeah,
I know,
so
man.
yeah,
That's why we can't even ban it. We couldn't even speak about the run because what's the point
yeah, it's
when
crazy,
he
man.
already banked 20 goals before that?
Yeah, man.
So, yeah,
It's
nah,
crazy. So
yeah,
yeah, like this is gonna be interesting to see. And then obviously you've got like the League Cup final as well.
yeah. That's gonna be
Which
massive,
is
man.
yeah, that's
That's
gonna
gonna
be,
be.
and it's interesting because it's later than what it's normally like the League Cup finals earlier. Like yeah, but now it's like towards the end of March. So that's gonna be interesting. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna
like
be
the state
interesting
of
to
both
see.
teams. Because I think
Yeah.
like, added on to your thing with C, I think like again, Gay has improved like their structural issues, but I think what's also helped them is that because we also didn't brush them apart, they're starting to get players back as well. I think that's probably the
Mhm.
from our perspective, like they were also weakened in terms of personnel when it came to like their centre back options. But it looks like I'm saying like the Nico Gonzalez is their centre backs, like that yeah, basically just like players that were out for like 6 weeks. Those that time is now like ran its course, and now they're starting to get a stronger squad again, where like, they have less people out. Which again,
Mhm.
like you say, by March is also about like the strength of both of our teams and where we are. That will also kind of dictate what we both look like going into the running and into that League Cup final. Because yeah, now it's definitely going to be a much tougher game than it was looking like a couple weeks ago when we were looking at City. Because like, they just look more solid because they just have better quality as well, even within
Mhm.
like, limitations that they still have. But yeah, nah, man. And yeah, and again, like when we're talking about our attack and we see them brush aside, I think Fulham too, they also were moving a bit wiggly in the way they played them in terms of just like let's see you just have their way with them. But again, it's still concerning when you see them brushing away teams and scoring goals for fun. Like you're like, okay, this is what we don't need. Is see now
Mhm.
killing games off in the first half, and then even if they have these kind of weaknesses, is that the game's already done, so it doesn't really impact them. So yeah, nah,
Yeah.
man. Like, we definitely need to like get our act together because I always say, man, when you play this 50-50 football where you might win a game 1-0 or 2-1, if the other team is trying to whitewash teams 3-0, then they've guaranteed the win and you're fighting to the final whistle to make sure you get the 3 points.
Mm,
Like, it's just always riskier when you play that type of football. I mean, like we
mm,
see they still at least try to batter teams, and when they have their way, they kill off games early, which again is I think what we need to do more to like be more like secure in terms of this title race. But yeah, nah, man, they're definitely like in good form right now. Like they're definitely like moving in the right direction compared to how they were looking a few weeks ago, for sure.
quick question to you, and this isn't nothing that like is when I'm not holding you to this. It's just for
Mm,
like, what do you think? If I was just
mm.
to ask you now, but if I was to ask you now, what do you think Arsenal ends the season with? What would you say?
Ooh,
Yeah.
I think I'll say Prem and Carabao. So I think we'll get Prem and Carabao. So I think we'll get those two. I think yeah, champs. I've never seen it done. So again, this is why I say when people
Yeah.
then do predict, I'm like, this is yeah. You're trying to break us down the line. I'm not gonna get drawn in. But champs would be amazing. But I don't really see it just because I haven't seen it done before. FA Cup again. I think right now
You got
Carabao
a
is the
good
one
tie.
that yeah. I haven't actually seen the tie. Who are we
You
playing?
got Mansfield.
Mansfield, that's good, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we do what we need to do and progress in that,
Yeah.
man. Keep
You
the
got
quadruple dream alive. That's what I'm trying to do.
a lot of the like big teams kind of avoided each other. Just to quickly
Okay,
go
go on,
through it.
yeah,
So
go
it's
on.
like Mansfield, Arsenal. So Arsenal are away to Mansfield, by the way.
Okay.
Um, Chelsea are away to Wrexham.
I
Liverpool
forgot it was them.
are Liverpool are away to Wolves,
Okay.
and then City are away to Newcastle. So that could be tricky
Ooh.
for them. Yeah,
Okay, I like
yeah,
that. All
yeah.
right, cool.
And
Newcastle
then
can do a job for us, and maybe the quadruple dream might
uh,
be back alive. I'm gonna change my tone.
then the other ones are Fulham versus Southampton, Port Vale or Bristol City versus Sunderland, Leeds United versus Norwich, and West Ham versus Macclesfield or Brentford. I think they're currently playing. But yeah, it's a good draw for Arsenal, to be fair.
Yeah, no, that is a good
So
draw. I don't know if you
yeah,
saw a Man City trolling you guys where like they posted like their 41st game of the season when they played Southend and the Carabao
stop,
Cup. They're
man.
like, oh yeah, we got 40, and it was like everyone was like, why are you bragging
Why?
41st? But obviously,
Yeah.
yeah, they're trolling you guys. So
United,
yeah,
man.
man.
It's that again, I won't even pretend, and yeah, this would be a good segue to move on to United. But yeah, I won't even pretend that it's not been annoying just watching live people in the cup and or just bro. Like, of course, obviously the league, great. Yeah, like try and win as many games as possible, try secure Champions League football, but it's like yeah, man, it's just things aren't ever as exciting when there's not a competition you can win. Like, yeah, that's why I've never ever dismissed the cups, like ever. Like whether it's League Cup, FA Cup, whatever. Like with me, like bro, I love seeing my team compete in a competition where you can win. So yeah, just being in the thing where it's just like the most you could hope for is just securing Champions League football is jarring, man.
It's
Like,
horrible, man. I remember like the Arsenal days before we went on that run of the FA Cups. It used to be so. That's why the top four stopped meaning anything to me, man. I was like, what's the point of these top four? They were going to go get slapped in Europe anyway. Like, it was so much nicer when you were in those FA Cup runs, and at least at the end of the season, you could celebrate that.
Something, like, yeah. Something, like, and I think that's the thing that's weird as well, because even that post Fergie is like the cup competitions more time like we've been involved. Like, do you get it? So like, yeah, it's weird. Like just to not be involved, like there's not a chance that you can win anything, but it is what it is, man. But yeah, moving on to United, obviously, our last game was West Ham, so we drew 1-1, like away to West Ham. West Ham, they've been in good form, and they're fighting for their lives. To be fair, they should have beat Chelsea. So they've been doing their thing. Somerville's in great form as well. Shout out to him.
Man. We're laughing at him, but man, maybe Spurs might need to go pick him up.
he's been brilliant. So fair play to him. But yeah, as regards to United, the performance, I feel like it was one of them ones where like we have beaten City, we beat Arsenal. Then there was the Fulham game, Šeško gets the winner, and then obviously we'd beaten Spurs. And I felt like going into this game, I was nervous. Like, I was nervous because I looked at West Ham and I said, these lot are fighting for their lives. Like, and also I just know they're gonna be really difficult to break down. Like, that's exactly what they were. Like, there was no space centrally, like no space whatsoever.
Bro, I saw Bowen doing shifts out.
Bro, there's no space for anything. I don't think United were great by any stretch of their imagination as well. Like, I felt like there was times definitely where I think we could have played with more intensity. We could have moved the ball around faster. Regardless of what West Ham were doing. But yeah, West Ham made things very difficult for us. Like there was just no space. And then I think part of the problem that we had was that even when we had worked the ball out wide or whatever, we didn't have any box presence. Like, and I think that's where it goes to the lineup. Like, I had said previously that I would have started Šeško for this one. I'm not going to overly get onto Carrick, because I feel like I understand the fact that, you know what, you've won 4 games in a row. And like the players have been delivering for you. Not to say that Šeško hasn't, because when Šeško's come off the bench, he's done his thing. But, you know, sometimes it's just the whole thing of like, if it's not broke, can't fix it. So I understand.
Change a winning team.
I understand his mentality regarding that. And like in Mbumo, up until that point in the 4 games that he's played, he'd scored 3 goals. Obviously, Cunha got the winner against Arsenal, scored against Fulham, got the assist against City. Like, so things were going well. And then Ahmad as well. Like, even though GA-wise, like, he wasn't having the contributions that they were having, but he was playing well, and defensively especially, like, he was really important. But yeah, like, part of the reason why I would have started Šeško in this is because I just felt like with these type of like teams where, you know, they're going to be really stubborn, really resolute, low block, like you need a box presence. Like, and when you've got like a 6'5" striker, like, do you get me, who, like, I think like he's very different, like, do you get me, to what we had on the pitch. Like, I felt like he would have been someone who like would have had like a good influence on the game, and even just overall helping us create space. And I feel like Carrick should have brought Šeško and Xerxes on earlier. I think he was also a little bit too slow with bringing them on. But again, I'm not going to overly get onto him, because again, like, I think he's one of them ones, he was trusting the players and then decided to make the move. But yeah, I feel like you saw the difference. Like, when we had both of them on the pitch, Bruno puts a cross into the box, Xerxes header, just past the post. Then Mbumo puts a cross, not a very good cross, by the way. Like, do you get me? And then Sheshko pulls off a worldie of a finish. Like, do you get me? And he's able to like stick it in. Like, it's just like a flick. Like,
Yeah, it was actually beautiful, man.
I don't even know how he done that.
It was beautiful. Like, it was
I
actually
remember
an
when I was
amazing
watching
finish.
it. I was watching it. I was like, how on earth did you do that? Like, obviously,
Bro, I looked at my striker and I shook my head, man. I looked at my striker and I shook my head.
But you know what it is with Sheshko? And again, quickly to talk about him, because like I really like Sheshko, man. Like, I think he's got a lot of good potential. Like, and yeah, like I like him. I think he's gonna do well. And I think the more, because there's been some, like, I think even look through this Carrick run, he didn't play against City. Against Arsenal, he came on and like he was involved in the build-up for the Cunha goal, where it's like he chests it down and then Bruno Menu interchange. Cunha does what he does. Fulham, obviously, he comes on as a sub. First touch hits the post with the header, and then he gets the winner. Like, where
that was
Bruno
a good finish as well.
like the touch on the swivel, then bang. Like, do you get me? That was great. And then obviously, we beat Spurs 2-0, and he should have scored right at the end then as well, where Bruno plays it into him and he had way more time than he thought he did. And then, yeah, it's just a tame effort there. But the good thing is that, like, he's getting chances, like, and he's creating problems and he's causing problems. And I think, yeah, the more like he's doing, because he's got a very, like, his physical profile is always going to be a problem for defenders. And then also from a technical front as well, it's like he's not bad. Like, do you get me? It's like, yeah, like he's good with his feet. Like, do you get me? Like, and I think that's, even though sometimes I feel like he can do better, but yeah, like he's definitely capable with like the ball getting played into him and like him doing well with his feet. So I feel like he's got a lot of good things about him, and I think he's got a good like mentality on him as well. Like, it seems like, just even obviously there's only so much you can take from like watching interviews and stuff like that, but yeah, but even when I watch him, like I'm impressed with like what he's saying and stuff like that. And yeah, like, I think he's had like a good run currently, and I think he's gonna be important when we're facing teams like this, or we're in scenarios like this, where it's just like sometimes it's like, cool, work the ball out wide into the box, and it's like there's only so much you can do when it comes to like trying to defend that, because when you just got players, again, when you've got 6'4" Xerxes and the 6'5" Sheshko in the box, it's like it's just gonna cause chaos. Like, do you get me? And then that can even allow space for other players. Like, do you get me? And yeah, so I feel like hopefully Carrick, like, he's taken notes from that and he said, all right, cool, you know what? This is a potential problem we can have, but we've got tools to try and unlock this. As regards to the goal they scored, it was really poor from Shaw. Like, when you let the ball bounce, and then man, then now all of a sudden it's like we're on the back foot, and then
and I think Martinez also gets caught really flat-footed as well.
Yeah, like it's not great. It's not great, man. And then Souček's able to like ghost in and get the goal. Like before that, I think we had a good set piece routine where they, I think it's Wan-Bissaka clears it off the line.
Yeah, when I was very early in the game, actually.
Yeah, early in the game, yeah, he's able to do that. And then I think there was also, after Sheshko had equalized, there was an opportunity. I don't think Ahmad had a good game at all this game, but yeah, there was also like a good opportunity where like he's on the ball and he plays a bad pass across to Sheshko. With me, I personally think he should have went for like to try get the shot off on his left, like, but yeah, he didn't have a great game. But yeah, like overall, I think it was a game of few chances. I think United didn't play great. Like, hopefully we can learn from things. Overall, like 13 out of 15 points is a really, really good return. So I just hope United now, because we got Everton away, like, and that's gonna be tough. Like, like I think that's gonna be tough. And I think hopefully, like, we've learned things. Oh, also, I've got to give a shout out to Lenny Yoro as well. Because he came on and he was brilliant.
You also very easy could have lost that game as well, man. Like, West Ham definitely had a couple of,
they had the counter opportunities. That's why I got to give him so much credit as well, because like, it was just brilliant defending. Like, just the ability to like just read the game, like not overcommit, like get the blocks in, like yeah, like he done brilliantly because yeah, like it easily could have just been 2-0 to them and then that's game done. So he's done well. And also it's just because I think Yoro, like he went through like a period where he was struggling a bit, and then I think again, like it's so easy to try and get onto players and say this and that and whatever the case may be. But yeah, man, Yoro's someone with like a lot of great potential. Like I've been a fan of him, and yeah, like I'm happy that like he was able to put in a good performance because again, because we don't have the games, it's like we don't have like loads of competitions where like loads of players are going to be getting loads of minutes. Like, do you get me? So it's like when you come on, like you've got to do your thing. Like, do you get me? So he done that as well. So yeah, man. Like, thankfully Chelsea, they were able to let their 2-0 lead slip, and then Palmer decided to just miss open goals. I don't know how he did that. Like, do you get me? So thankfully, yeah, they dropped points as well, which was good for us. So we're still in fourth. But yeah, man, like I think hopefully, like we've just learned a couple of lessons regarding.
Yeah, no,
like,
I think you said it perfectly. I think in the grand scheme of things, like 4 wins out of 5 games is really, really good form. Again, I know there was that whole discourse on like the 5 wins, and I've seen like players discuss it and the haircut stuff. Which again, I feel like players-wise, I feel like from the fans' perspective, I'm like, yeah, man, that's his thing. Like, I people who are like trying to like get onto him for the 5 wins thing, I'm like, oh, this doing too much. Man. I feel like the players too, mentality-wise, it also shouldn't be impacting you. But at the same time, it shouldn't be impacting, it shouldn't be an excuse or any, like, it shouldn't be a contributing factor because he said that you win 5. But I also think fans too that are ignoring the fact that you've won 4 out of 5 games, and like because you didn't win 5 is now why there's like it's a detriment. I think they're also idiots. So again, I feel like blame has to go around to everyone.
I think that there it is. I think firstly, yeah, as regards to him, it's like, bro, like he set a challenge, like, do you get me? And like I think he's got like been able to accumulate like millions of followers of social media and stuff like that. So like hopefully like he can now use that as like a platform to change his life. Like, do you get me? I'm sure this has changed his life already. Like, so I love seeing stuff like that as regards to him. So I think people getting onto him is just like, yeah, I don't get that. Like, do you get me? As players, that shouldn't be affecting you. So yeah, like yeah. But yeah, I think what you said is that it's not his fault, it's not to do with him. But then I think some people is like, yeah, you need to remember the context of we've got 13 out of 15 points. Like, do you get me? Like, this is because my man couldn't cut his hair. Like, it's
not a failure.
It's not a crisis. Yeah, like, do you get me? Like, 13 out of 15 points isn't a crisis. Like, do you get me? So I think it's just one of them ones. But I kind of just think with just how social media is now, I just think whenever we get to that point of like there's 4 wins in a row, that's going to be a thing in it. And I think what makes that thing so difficult right now as well is the fact that we're not in any other competitions, because I think his initial thing was all competitions, but because United aren't in any competitions, it's like it has to be 5 Prem wins in a row, which isn't easy.
It doesn't come often. The teams at the top of the league doesn't come often.
It's not an easy thing to do. So it's like, like, do you get me? If you're able to throw in like a FA Cup game, a European game, a League Cup game, then like, do you get me? So yeah, but I think like people who are like directing anger towards him, man. I think that's ridiculous.
So I saw that now. I think that so it's good that we touched on that. But yeah, like, that's what you say. Like overall, too. Like I don't think you can give Carrick too much kind of criticism. I think overall, this is them ones where it's like, if you just look at it on the surface, it's the type of game that you kind of expect United to struggle in, because you know how West Ham are going to approach it, because we know that how good you are when teams do give you space against like the Arsenals and the Man Cities and the etc. So I think it's just like on the surface, it just looks like this is like okay, as long as like the Everton game now, there's lessons here, and it's like maybe he makes the tweaks and he shows that. Because I think Carrick too, whether whether people want him to have the job or not, he's interviewing right now for for this job, and he's not going to get everything right. And
he
he's
wants
done.
to get he wants his name in the hat, 100%.
He wants his name in the hat. So again, we've given him credit where he's made the right decisions. He's platform players much better than they were being platformed previously. He's made the right subs when he needed to make it. But I think going into this game, he should have definitely started Sesko, because you just looked at what West Ham were gonna provide, and you just knew that Mbeumo wasn't going to be the solution in this game. Especially also too, like I think we spoke about previously, like Mbeumo and Ahmad. And maybe, you want them both on. But I also think maybe this was even a game where one of them could have been rested. Because even for the team, it would have been a better lineup if you had started Sesko and maybe rested Ahmad to bring him on, or rested Mbeumo to bring him on, etc. So I think it was a mistake going into the game, and during the game it was also very clear that it was a mistake in terms of not starting Sesko. But we know that he didn't want to change a winning team. You can see why he did it. But it's now the Everton game that you now want to see that you're also like learning from mistakes, and you're also making changes based on the opposition, and you're not also just doing the Amram thing too, where it's like you found a system now, it's like it's going to be this every game regardless of who you're playing against. That's where he now needs to learn, because Everton are going to provide a similar challenge to what West Ham did. So that's why I think in the grand scheme of things, drawing to a West Ham team who are fighting for their lives, or in good form, and credit to you guys too. When it became 1-1, you also could have, as much as you also could have lost it, you could have won it too. Because I'll give Carrick to the credit that he also wasn't trying to just leave with the 1-1. Like, you also were really trying to win it with like the Xerxes chance and the sign. Like, you were throwing everything.
Before.
Always before, but you're throwing everything at it basically to try and get that goal as well, which I think again is like what you want to see, I guess, from perspective, like you're a prospective manager. But I think now it's just about what he learns from this game and what he's learned about the players. And yeah, and again, I think Maguire is probably, I think he's injured now. So what's his name? So my brain's gone back. Euro's gonna get a chance now, to start in these games, to see what he can do next to Martinez and etc. To see what like going forward it looks like. So yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it was like not the worst point, and it's just about whether like you've learned from it, and whether these players like, it's not a thing where it was a honeymoon period and they were just giving him great performances to start off with, and now they're gonna regress back to what they are in terms of just like maybe just being a bit sloppy, or just the intensity not really being there. But that's what we're gonna learn in the coming games, if that makes sense. So, I think overall it's just like 13 out of 15 is still very good form. We see how you guys play against Everton, and we see what characters learn, as you said. So no,
I think that's the thing as well, because I think now as well, it's like, again, you're getting to know your squad more. You've got kind of like different solutions for different problems. Like, you've seen in Mbeumo and how like deadly he can be when he's playing through the middle, like against teams that give him more space to do so. Like, do you get me? And then even in the West Ham game as well, because it's like Mbeumo was like, Cunha at the time was central, like, and then Mbeumo was even on the left, but it's like you can see that like in that type of a game, a Sheshko, like, do you get me? Like, that can like help provide solutions. Even Xerxes as well, like, do you get me? Help to provide solutions. So I think it's like, you're looking at your squad, and again, like, it's more of a thing of like, knowing, you know what, for this game, this would work, and this.
And I also feel like again, with like managers, I feel like what you want to see from your managers, that with the tools that you have, you're doing the best like of what you can do with it. Because ultimately too, you also don't really have a squad, I think, that is built or is geared towards going up against these low block teams. Your squad has always for years now been a team that thrives in transitional moments and when there's space. So it's like you want to see like with the tools that you have, you're making the best solutions. And then it's also on like your club as well in future transfer windows to give you the tools where maybe you don't have a Luke Shaw making silly mistakes that now mean that West Ham get a foot in the game when they really shouldn't, or you have the profiles to hurt a team like West Ham who are parking the bus and being so resolute defensively. So, but again, in the context of this season and what you have right now, if Carrick wants the job, what you want to see is that he's making the best decisions with what the tools that he has available, and that's what we'll see again. Like, I guess between now and the end of the season. So, yeah, definitely interesting game.
Yeah. No, 100%. No, I think, I feel like, hopefully he's learned a lot of things, and like I'm just hoping as well Sheshko can keep up the momentum, because even with what you were saying as well, when you said you looked at your striker, I think Sheshko, he's the type of striker, like, he's already shown like he's got like a great, like, some of the finishes. Like, I remember the one like against Burnley, like to put us 2-1 up, where Dorgu sends the cross. Like, do you get me? And he like like it was a brilliant finish where he's able to like just cushion it. And then obviously the one against Fulham, that one where he takes the touch, swivel, bang, and then the one against West Ham. I feel like, yeah, like how he's now going to progress more so is now like when it's just kind of like the basic ones, like just the really basic ones where
you know, I think the thing with him is
one-on-ones when you've got time, like do you get me? Like
I think that's what I was gonna say. I feel like what probably has also, apart from not wanting to change a winning team, I feel like with Sesko to you, I also do look at him maybe the context of like even when he was linked to Arsenal and then maybe I'm not ready, maybe I'm ready to take that leap, and maybe thinking I see maybe Havertz in front of me. He also seems like someone who is like if you're starting and the pressure's on him as well, like he also needs to prove that he's able to in that context also still shine. It's different when you come off the bench for 20 minutes and you have the energy to when you're starting the game now and the pressure's on you from the beginning. And like you say, you have those chances where you really should be finishing it, but maybe you have too much time that you don't fluff your lines. I mean, that's where he needs to, I guess that's where he needs to grow in as well. So he's definitely not a finished article at all. So I mostly I look at my striker because of just like how clean the finishes are.
Yeah. Your Chris is just not doing that. He's just not doing that. That's not his game. Yeah, your Chris is just not doing that. But yeah, I feel like one thing I do like about Šeško, I think mentally as well, like I do like how, because I actually think, because even saying the whole sub thing, I feel like he was actually unfortunate because like before Carrick came in, when Fletcher was interim, like he was starting and he was actually doing well. So with the Burnley, he started, he scored the 2 goals. Then the Brighton and the FA Cup as well, we lost, but he scored there again. And then Carrick came in and then obviously went with like Mbumo in the 9, and then he didn't play against City and etc. So I feel like it's one of them ones where like, cool, he was starting and he'd scored a couple goals, then he came off the bench and now he scored. I think the important thing now is that if you are now able to like secure a starting spot, now it's like, cool, with all of this competition, back it up. Like, do you get me? Yeah, now back it up. Like, and yeah, like with the situations where he's got a bit more time and stuff, then make sure you're doing what needs to be done. But yeah, no, I like Šeško. I think there was a lot said regarding like obviously the striker market and signings and stuff like that and who United should go for. But yeah, like I feel like Šeško was, because even when it comes to Arsenal, for example, I feel like Šeško I think Šeško definitely suits Arsenal better than Gyökeres. But I also feel like it's good that Šeško is at United, because I feel like you guys have the pressure of like win now. And I feel like Šeško, like he's the 22-year-old and he would have been made the scapegoat. And it's like he naturally should be able to have time to grow and develop because he's like 22 coming to the Prem. Like, do you get me? Whereas I feel like Gyökeres, like that expectation is like, well, yeah, you've been scoring these goals in Portugal in the Champions League, you're 27, and it's like, cool, now that can be put on you. Like, do you get me? And I feel like, yeah, there's, because of his age and where he's at in his career, in his career, I feel like there would have been like more of like, there's still pressure on him, but I feel like there should be more pressure on him.
Yeah,
like,
100.
Get me?
100.
Yeah, whereas I feel
like we hold the pressure. Like,
yeah, yeah, like you get me.
Whereas
with Šeško, I feel like that's why it's good, because I feel like what would have happened is that same pressure that should be on Gyökeres, they would have put it on Šeško. Like, do you get me? And then I feel like I could already see, why did we sign the unproved striker? Even if he's doing well, even if he's doing well, relatively speaking, I could already see. Whereas
this is what Aubameyang was saying. You don't want to play with bulls. You don't want to play that. That can talk back to him. He likes these young boys that he can bull. Yeah, nah, man, it's true. Yeah. It wouldn't have been conducive for his career at this stage either. Yeah. And also too, like profile wise, again, Havertz injury wise has wrecked his season, but he's also just more similar to what we have. So we also just needed something different to what we currently have. It's on your quest now to do his job. But yeah, 100, man. I think United makes sense. Like, you guys are in that period where he has time to develop. You need to pretty much kind of rebuild your team. you kind of rebuild it around him as well. It just makes a lot more sense. Like,
and he's different. I think because
Yeah.
we signed also with Boomer and Cunha there as well, I feel like they help release like some of that expectation, because it's like, okay, cool, we're not expect the sole expectancy for you to score X amount of goals isn't on you like that. Like, yeah, like that's why we've also signed these other attacking players. So yeah, I think that's good. And then also on the flip side, if Gyökeres came to United, man, it would have been a
Yeah, especially after I
man,
mean,
the fan base would
Amram
go.
would have been especially after Amram left.
Oh my days. Oh
Bro,
my
you know, they
days.
sent him
Would
to
have
Napoli
been
as well, man, to go partner
chaos.
Hoyland.
People would have been asking for Haaland to come back. I already know my fan base. It would have been a madness. It would have been a madness. So yeah, man, I feel like it worked out. It worked out well. And then yeah, man, United. We hopefully we've got Everton next, so hopefully we're able to do what needs to be done, man. And then hopefully we can get. I need Champions League football next year, man. Like it's a must. Like so. Yeah, hopefully we can do what needs to be done. But yeah, let's quickly talk about predictions.
Aye. It's been so long since the last one. I've no idea what to expect.
Predictions. Where we at?
Yeah.
Media. Boom. So that's what things are currently looking like.
Oof, okay.
So to recap, the last predictions that we did. So I went for United to beat Spurs 3-1. You went for United and Spurs to draw 2-2. Obviously, the end result was 2-0. So that was a point for me. I went for a 2-2 Liverpool City draw. You went for a 3-2 Liverpool win. Obviously, ended up being 2-1 City. I went for 2-0 Arsenal Sunderland. You went for 2-1 Arsenal Sunderland. Finished 3-0. I went for Bournemouth 2-1 Villa result. You went for Bournemouth 1-1 Villa. That was the correct score. So that was 3 points for you. I went for Brighton 1-1 Palace. You went for Brighton 2-1 Palace. Finished 1-0 Palace in the M23 derby. Wolves Chelsea. We both went for 2-0 Chelsea wins. I think
we were almost right. Oh, was that? Oh no, what was that actually? No, sorry, that wasn't actually the Leeds game. Yeah, what was this game?
Yeah, I think it was 3-1. 3-1. I think it finished. Chelsea.
Wait, who was that? Chelsea versus who?
Chelsea Wolves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that one finished 3-1. To Chelsea, and then Fulham Everton. We both went for 1-1, and that was 2-1 Everton. Yeah. So all of that left you. I think it was a 1 point gap. You were able to expand it by 2 with an extra 2. So currently we're at a 3 point gap, which brings us to the next set of predictions.
Okay.
So
today
we have got. Let me just make sure all of this is noted. Cool. So first up, obviously we've got Arsenal versus Wolves midweek. And yeah, I will go for I'll go 2-0 Arsenal.
I hear that. I'm gonna match you on that. 2-0 Arsenal for me too.
Cool. Then next up, Spurs Arsenal.
Oh, Spurs Arsenal. I'm gonna go 3-1 Arsenal.
3-1 Arsenal. I'm gonna go 2-1 Arsenal.
Actually, you know what? Let me change it. I'm gonna go 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0 Arsenal.
Yeah.
Cool. 2-0 Arsenal. Villa versus Leeds. Villa, they don't have any European games this week. They're free. I'll go 2-1 Villa.
hear that. Yeah, Leeds are doing well.
Yeah, they're fighting.
Damn, man. I'm just looking at the table. I didn't even know that Spurs relegation fight was that serious. People
Oh,
were
bro,
saying it. I
this
didn't
is
know
not
it was.
banter.
I
Yeah,
didn't know it was that
this
serious.
is very
Damn.
real life. It's not banter. It's not a joke.
Wow.
It's not a. They are in a relegation scrap.
Damn.
Yeah, this is not any sort of trolling.
Um. Oh, Villa Leeds. You went. What did you go for? Sorry, 2-1.
2-1 Villa.
Cool. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna match you on that. Actually, no. I think I'm gonna go 1-1.
1-1. Leeds. Cool. Next up, we've got Chelsea Burnley.
Chelsea Burnley. I'm gonna go 3-1 Chelsea. 2-1 Chelsea. 2-1 Chelsea.
2-1 Chelsea. Burnley have been weird, bruv. Like they were 2-0
Yeah.
down to Palace the other week, and then they won 3-2. They scored like 3 goals, like just bam bam. Like it's like they're going down, but they just want to just try
Give
for
it
vibes of
interesting.
entertainment. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go 3. No, I'm gonna go 2-0. I'm gonna go 2-0.
Right, cool.
Yeah. City Newcastle. I will go Etihad, right?
Yep.
Yep. I will go. I'll go 3-1.
Yeah, I was thinking that. But Newcastle, can you do something for me? Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 City.
Newcastle. Then we have got Forest versus Liverpool.
Forest versus Liverpool. I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool.
Liverpool 2-1 Forest. That has been sacked.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, man. This is his bread and butter. These they're not trusting things. They can get them out at this point. Yeah, that relegation battle was actually looking. Yeah, Leeds have put a spanner in the work with their recent form. Yeah.
I'm going to go. Yeah, I'm gonna match you with the 2-1 Liverpool.
Yeah, but they need a win as well. Oh,
Hopefully,
they go down though.
go Forest.
That Anderson discount.
Everton United.
Oh,
I'll go 2-1 United.
2-1 United. I'm gonna go 2-2.
2-2 United. Palace Wolves.
Palace versus Wolves. I'm gonna go 2-1 Palace.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna match that. And then finally Sunderland versus Fulham.
Sunderland versus Fulham.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Sunderland on that.
2-1 Sunderland. Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go. Let's think back. I'm gonna go 2-2. That one.
2-2.
Yeah.
Spurs. Harry Wilson.
Yeah.
Show up. But yeah, cool. That's the predictions. And then, of course, wanted to quickly talk about Spurs, man. Obviously,
Hey.
they've got their interim manager
Mm.
in. And yeah, man, like Tottenham, you mentioned it. You said you were looking at the table and you didn't really realize how bad things were
Bro.
as regards to them being in a relegation scrap. But yeah, things are very, very real. Like that is the reality of
Like.
things at Spurs. Like, so yeah, it's serious. But yeah, obviously they've signed Igor Tudor like
Mm.
as their manager. And yeah, man, what 29 points.
Yeah. And I think it's a fact that yeah, and West that was actually what I actually felt sorry for West Ham though when you
Yeah,
guys equalized
we
because that was gonna be
us
a big win for
Spurs
them.
fans were rooting for us, bro. They were rooting for United.
Damn, I didn't know how big those points
Yeah,
were.
If West Ham won that, it's 3
Damn,
points. It's 3 points with
damn.
Spurs facing Arsenal next.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
like they're in a real scrap. Like West Ham, I think they've got Bournemouth this weekend. That's a big fixture for them. They've got Bournemouth at home. If they win that and then Spurs lose to Arsenal, then yeah, man, the gap is 2 points.
Mm,
The gap is 2 points. And so
yeah.
yeah,
Damn. Yeah.
it's
No.
real.
That. Yeah. Damn. I didn't know it was that real, man. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
no,
Yeah.
it's
They
real.
needed to. They needed to get rid of Frank Boy. I didn't know it was that serious.
It was real.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even gonna lie, with
Mm.
how things were going with Frank,
Ah.
I actually really there was a point where because it's before you're like, oh, Spurs are never gonna go down. Then with
Mm.
how things were going with Frank, I actually thought, nah, these are actually might go down. Like I was genuinely
Mm.
thinking it. Now I feel like the new manager, like they will be all right. I think they will
Yeah,
be all
man,
right. Yeah,
but
from
it's about what they have left. But yeah, they still they have good enough players where they should be all right. I think I'm
yeah.
more just looking at like their play, like who they have available. Where yeah, they still have enough
You
attacking
know what?
players.
You know what could really be interesting?
What?
It's this Champions League because it's like,
Ah,
of course, they want to progress, but like obviously, like if they are to progress, then that's going to stretch the squad. Like, do you get me?
mm,
And it's like, yeah, that's going to be interesting because obviously, yeah, like
that's a
I
very
think,
good point. Yeah.
yeah, so it will be interesting to see what happens there. But like I know there's been a lot of discussions regarding Poch um coming back to Spurs like after the
Man, never
World
go
Cup.
back, man.
Like yeah, do you think that would be a bad move?
Yeah, man. I just think you shouldn't go back, man. Like, but then again, I vote for both of them because I think that's probably the biggest job that Poch can get right now after the
Mhm.
Champions League. Spurs are still a big club, but I don't see. They had built a really good team at that point, which is also why it went so well. I don't think he comes back now and like they build another really good team. Like I think it was more the structure was on point rather than like it was just Poch. So again, I think it's a fairy tale thing. Yeah. Again, it's going to be interesting. I personally, especially like how it worked at Chelsea, what's happened to Poch afterwards. I also just don't think it's a thing where like he comes back and Spurs are back now. Let me
Mm.
see. What's it called? What was this? Hey, remember how they looked when they played us in preseason? Look at both teams now. Yeah, no, man. The fall from grace is crazy, man. Like,
Oh,
but
is
you
that
know
when they
me.
scored like the goal from
Oh yeah,
halfway line?
the wonder goal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But then again, I also feel like because I was saying, I think what really let Frank down too is I feel like Spurs is that level of team where it's just like I don't know why he didn't go to like a back three earlier, and it looks like this new manager is gonna play. He does play like a back three system.
Back
I always feel
from
like again like when you have like good enough players, but like, there's still teams that are kind of like still bedding in the league. I feel like that back three kind of also helps you equalize because it means that you're defensively a bit stronger and you also get to be a bit more of a threat going forward. So I feel like they're gonna do. I feel like now that they have this guy, they should be fine.
I
I feel
think it's
like
not. I think it's not
God,
even just that though. Like I think it's
God.
just. I just also think Frank. Like, don't get me wrong. I think Spurs have been injury hit like crazy. they also aren't good enough. It was interesting seeing like he went on the overlap.
Oh, yeah. What was
And
he saying?
yeah,
You
he
put him
was
on the spot.
basically speaking about like the fact that like obviously prior to like before the Europa League final, he knew he was gonna get sacked. Like he knew where it was going. I think his whole thing was like he was basically talking about like Spurs, whereas like they don't act like a big club. Like they have like to dares to do as like their slogan, but like
They're never
they're not,
daring.
yeah, they're not daring, they're not daring.
Yeah.
Like, do you get me? And I think he was basically saying how like when he after I think he finished fifth, like when it was the transfer window, like the players he was looking at was Gay, Imbumo, Semenyo, Pedro Neto. And they said like he got him Solanke, where they got Solanke, where it's like he was happy with Solanke, but he said, and they got 3 teenagers. And he said he believes those 3 teenagers are very talented, but it's like as regards to like right now, like yeah, like do you get it? So yeah, I think he was like just a bit frustrated with like what was going on and stuff like that. And like even I think he was saying that yeah, like he was trying to change like the mindset and the culture like of the club. That's why even he said the whole thing about like, oh, I always win things in my second season. Like he's trying to like, yeah, like change like the mentality of the club and stuff like that. And yeah, like I think there's a lot of problems.
I never forget that Man City game. I think that was the beginning of the end for Ange. Like when he really wanted to win, and I'm in the fan base for like, yeah, man, we'll happily lose this game.
Oh,
I mean, that was the day he looked at them and said, "Yeah, man, you man will never amount to anything." So, like, but yeah, no.
Wait,
Okay,
how would you be in that circumstance if
no. I hear
if
it.
Spurs were going for the league and you were going for top 4 and you were facing City? Would you want to lose?
Yeah, man. I'll tell Saka, you better miss that shot. You better hit it straight at the keeper. What? What? From a fan's perspective, I feel like it's different. I feel like the only thing that was mad is like in the stadium, I feel like you have to still pretend that you want to win, but I feel like you can't be. I mean, they took it too far. I think at home, cool. Inside, cool. But in the stadium, you have to at least pretend you want to win, man. Like, I mean, that was where that they took it too far in it, personally. Like, but yeah, I like from a fan's perspective, 100%. For managers, I get where he was coming from too, in terms of like, like he has to be trying to win the game, and it was definitely very embarrassing, just like how openly, even in the stadium, they didn't want to win. Like, wow.
Was that the energy?
I think that I can't remember. That's when he started beefing the fans, because I think they're like cheering like ironically and stuff. Like even though like I can't remember exactly what happened. I remember the energy was like they were happy that they weren't going to win. I feel like he also was like saying divisive stuff going into the game in terms of just like making it just so clear that he wanted to win. And I feel like just the general narrative back was like we look that we don't hell of that kind of stuff.
You know what it is? I feel like Spurs, they need a manager that they can really connect with. I think they connected with Ange initially. I think the football that he was playing, etc. Then I think things just got really, really bad. And I think some of the fan base still wanted him to stay after he won them the trophy. But I think because it was literally 17th, it was so bad where it was just that cool. You've got to go.
Yeah, I think then with Frank,
there was never.
Yeah, man. They never took to him, man.
Yeah,
man.
They never
took to him,
and it just carried on getting worse and worse. He's saying stuff in the press conferences. The Arsenal,
hey man, double injured. Well done, Frank.
Yeah,
the job is almost done. You just
need
Ego to come in and flop. The job is almost done.
And I feel like that's why they're really much. I think that's where a lot of the Poch stuff is coming from now. Where it's just like they're just like, bruv, we just want to love our manager again, man. Like we're just sick of this. Like, do you get me? Like, I feel like that's currently where they're at. Like, where they're just like, bruv, we're just tired. But yeah, like you mentioned, obviously sometimes managers come back and they do well. Like, obviously, I know things ended badly with Mourinho the second time round when he came back to Chelsea, but like in his second spell, he won a league title and he won the League Cup. So like ultimately, you'll view it as a success. So, but yeah, a lot of the time it also cannot work like that. Like, do you get me? And like you mentioned as well, that Spurs team, That Poch team was really good.
It was
Like,
really, really good.
really, it was really good from a aesthetics perspective. Like, just watching them, I used to really like watching Poch's Tottenham. Like, they played some really
I
good
hate it, man.
football.
They were very good.
Like,
Yeah.
like, I think even 2016-17, that season, like, I remember, like, they were on smoke. Like, I think literally Conte started the season bad, and then he went to three at the back, and then Chelsea just went crazy. Like, do you get me?
Yeah,
Like,
I think it's after us. I think we beat them, and
yeah,
then he
you
went
beat them,
to,
and then
yeah,
like, they just went
to the
crazy.
back.
Like, do you get me?
Yeah.
But that season, like, Spurs, like, yeah, 86 points.
Yeah, bro.
They finished second.
He
They
used to
scored
trigger
the
me.
most. They scored the most goals in the league, 86 goals. They conceded the least goals in the league with 26 goals. Like, they were actually a
Bro,
very good team.
I've argued with one of my boys so much because he's been waiting to run the narrative of like where like Arsenal right now or this are Poch's Spurs in terms of just like the caliber of team that we have, what we've achieved, and ultimately winning nothing. So that's like I just need us to get over the line and make sure we win. So because those parallels can be drawn so well between Poch's team and like our team right now,
bro,
in terms of like how good the team is with the age profile, etc. So yeah, bro, I need that narrative to die. Quickly,
so you just want to get over, you want to get over the line, so you want something. Yeah, no, that Spurs team were like, they were really good, and yeah, they just weren't able to get over the line. They couldn't get over the line with the league, like Champions League final. Obviously, they lost to Liverpool. Like, I know cup semi-final. Oh yeah, I remember. See, yeah, bro. It's so funny because I remember United fans. We were come on you Spurs. And Arsenal fans where you'll never walk alone.
Oh man, the joint,
that's funny. Arsenal fans were Liverpool
combined
fans,
emblem.
United fans were Spurs fans. That day, I was a Spurs fan. I was hoping that they could win, bruv. I was hoping they could get over the line. And then within like the first minute, handball penalty. I was just like, what rubbish is this?
Mate.
Like, yeah. But I was just, it would have been, firstly, Liverpool not winning the European Cup would have been great. Like, you get me, first and foremost. So my main ops mudded. And then also, it would have been funny just witnessing North London.
We would have been.
It would have been hilarious.
If Spurs had picked up a chance and we had it, we finished.
It would have been hilarious.
It wouldn't have been hilarious at all. It wouldn't have been hilarious at all.
It would have been so funny. So yeah, man. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah,
man. Yeah, like anyone when he says, "Oh yeah, we were at the same time."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we never had a St. Tottenham.
Yeah, I remember
for a while, man. Yeah, it was a minute.
It was a thing where Arsenal were always finishing above Spurs, and then like Poch, like that was a real good. I think Spurs, like they had like I think like the Poch, like they had two teams that I really liked. Like I liked obviously the Redknapp's team, like when there was like your Bell, Modric, Van der Vaart, like that team. Like yeah, they were really entertaining, playing good football, and then. Afterwards as well with Poch, where you had like obviously Kane, Son, Dele Alli, Ericsson. At the back, you had Vertonghen and Alderweireld. Like it was just, bro, it was just a good team, man. It was a good team. So
and I think that's why ultimately, like, this is why for me it's like. It's that whole thing of like buy cheap, buy twice type situation with them, which is why ultimately Poch comes back, Poch doesn't come back. As long as they're trying to do this, just buying young, so you don't have to pay high wages. We can see what the correlation between wages and where you finish in the league is. So it's like they spend money on like they'll spend money on a player, but they'll try to get them young, so you don't have to compete at the highest level for players that have options. So again, as long as they're making those kind of traces, I think Poch coming back, not coming back. It's an ownership issue with Spurs, man. Like in terms of whether they will ever actually amount to anything again. Because again, like we've kind of alluded to, they had a very good squads at this point. Like they built good teams. Like they bought players for cheap, and they went on to be very good players. Like I know even you guys and Spurs, like you guys had to picked up a couple of like their gems. Like when it came to like the Berbatovs and Carricks and over the years that they've had like really good players. But right now it's like they're going for this potential route. but they're doing it the cheap way as well. Where it's like at least Chelsea, they're getting like the biggest name wonder kids, where Spurs are like trying to get the wonder kids that might become something, but it's like they might also just be average Premier League footballers. You don't know what they're going to become. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, but I'm actually quite, me, I love when a new manager comes in. I'm very interested to see how this Ego Tudor guy does. Like,
bro, you won't be interested if they take points off you, bro.
Oh yeah, no.
Remember who their first name is.
You're right. Yeah. Let me settle down. You're right.
You gotta focus.
You're right. I'm even sad that man, Frank had one more job. He had one more job.
Gosh,
they sacked him too soon, man.
Yeah,
they sacked him too soon.
It's actually rad. Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see how they do. But yeah, Spurs is actually mad because they're actually in a real
like last season you feel was a blip, and like but it's actually 2 seasons
I think that's what makes it so bad is that like after you've had the season that you've had last season, for you to finish in 17th, and then we're currently looking at the Premier League table in Feb, and you are currently 16th is insane. Like that is horrible. Like that's really, really bad. Like, do you get me? That's why it was even funny when it's like obviously when United we finished 15th last season and it was absolutely like just a crazy thing. And then like, when people are talking about like, where are you gonna finish? And certain United fans, they'll say like Champions League. And it's like obviously with Amorim and thing, and people are saying, "No, like you're delusional." They're delusional. But I think a lot of that came from the fact that it's like United fans, because of what's happened, even with Amorim, they just can't comprehend United not bouncing back.
I can't believe this is the person that won the Europa League last year as well.
Yeah, like they can't comprehend not bouncing back.
A European trophy.
So it's
back years, it's crazy.
It's mad.
That's what I said. Ultimately, man, until their owners change how they're moving, Poch and come back, not come back. It's long for them, man.
Yeah, I think they've got to make that, and even some of the signings again. Like I told you, bro, I was getting annoyed. I remember when Amorim was still in charge, bro, and I'm seeing Kobe on the bench. And man are telling me Gallagher, bro. That's talking Gallagher, bro. I was getting so.
I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him, man.
I was scared. I said,
that guy.
We are going to lose Kobe, and we're gonna sign Gallagher, bro. My head is on Mars. I can't believe
it's not complicated sometimes.
Oh,
it's not complicated sometimes.
Honestly, man. And sometimes it's like, this is why, bro, like you're out here praying, man. Like, man, my enemies of progress, they just need to disappear. Because now all of a sudden you're hearing, copy, Tuchel saying, man, like as regards to the World Cup squad, it's like, they're in the picture. Like, do you get me? Now all of a sudden, whereas before, like just take it back like a couple months ago, it's like, bruv, this is like, bro, he hadn't started a Premier League game on the Amorim.
The whole season.
In that midfield, that freaking the ball. He didn't start one Premier League game. The first Premier League game he started was against City when Carrick's first game in charge. And I got to give Carrick a lot of credit for that as well, to just come straight in and say, cool. You see all of that stuff?
Yeah, man.
Forget all of that. This is what we're gonna do.
There's no agendas here.
No agendas here. You don't even need to speak to Kobe. He said, Kobe, I know. Don't worry.
What did Amber said, like, paraphrasing, like, I know he's an academy player, so you guys want me to put pressure.
He said, you love Kobe. He said, I know you love Kobe. He said, I know you guys love Kobe. He played for England. I know England loves Kobe. Everybody loves Kobe. But if I don't want Kobe to play, if I don't think Kobe is right to play, then he's not gonna play. This guy, he was trolling, bro. He was trolling, fam. Like, I remember they asked him, they said, like you could have made more attacking changes, and he was like, who? Like was on the bench, and they said Kobe, and he laughed. He laughed. I said, I can't believe. I said it for as much as like Ten Hag, like especially like towards the end, like it got really, really bad. But like one of the good things this guy done is that he brought through Kobe and he put 2 trophies on the bank. But Amram, yeah, I've never experienced nothing like it. I didn't think it was gonna get worse after Ten Hag. But bruv, it's just we must suffer, we must suffer. We must suffer, we must suffer. We must suffer. It's like, and that was the thing as well. You'll say, yeah, guys, I know this is the worst United team in history. It's like you come say I should be sacked.
Bro,
like I know this is
I'm not suffering. You think I'm not suffering? I'm suffering more than you. I'm suffering more than you, bro.
Like I'm respect because he kind of say he sometimes will say things that are true, and you will talk about the reality of where the club's at, but then it's like he's not doing or saying anything as regards to solutions. He's just he's like he will just say, yeah, man, we have to suffer. Bro. And some of the problems where we're like, when people are suggesting, should you change this or switch this or play this, he'd just be like, guys.
Yeah, but bro, that's what he said maybe the most. He's like, we're gonna talk about 3-4-3. That's what you want to talk about. Like, bro, he was gaslighting us, man. He was gaslighting.
He would look at us like, what do they understand? What don't they understand?
Nah.
What do they? I can't believe they're asking me this again,
bro. He was so frustrated.
That's how he's
man.
Responded.
Like,
he responded to us like, I can't believe they're asking me this again. Like, oh my days, what's wrong with them? And this is like, bro, you've not won back-to-back games. That's why they're asking.
This guy over a year.
That's what they're asking.
Over a year to win back-to-back games.
Fam, it's like, why? And that's the funny thing, because he will also come and then also admit that we're horrible. So then when people are questioning things, then he's confused. Like, guys, I get it. You love Covey. You know, you love Covey. England loves Covey.
He's training well. He's doing everything he needs to. I can't ask any more from him.
That's the worst. That's the worst thing. He's not even coming and saying his attitude's bad or whatever. He said, he's training well. I remember there was one time he was saying, Cubby's training well. You think I don't want to play Cubby?
Oh my
God. you think that I don't want to play him? I was just like, bro, so why don't you play him? Like,
he told him, man. He said, Bruno plays where Cubby will play.
Yes.
Bruno sneaking it out in midfield.
Bruno plays where Cubby plays. That is Bruno Cubby. So it's like, that's just where it is. Yeah, man. Amram, Brian. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like,
so again, this is why we say like, yeah, man, Carrick come in, moves everyone around, put people in the right positions. He's done a good job so far. So again, whether he continues that momentum, like we'll see what he does in future games, man. But Amram, he was a real criminal, criminal.
Yeah, this guy, crazy. But yeah, bro, hey man, like I always say, appreciate everyone who's tuned in, whether you've watched for 30 seconds, a minute, half an hour, the whole stream. We appreciate it. Please continue to like, share, and if you've not already subscribed, please make sure you do. But yeah, man, a lot of football to come up, even obviously in the coming week. I think there's even a Champions League playoffs as well. That's going on. Like some games there. But yeah, obviously this title race is going to be interesting, man. We'll see if come May 2026, we'll see what the vibes are for you, bro. You get me? We'll see what's happening.
I hope for once, I'm happy because
we'll see.
Yeah, man. Since we started this stream, it's not been good. Man, heartbroken every single time. Man,
man.
Should be good.
But yeah, bro. Any other words?
Nah, man. Like you said, man, we appreciate everyone for tuning in. And definitely enjoy these conversations, man. Definitely something to look forward to on a Monday. But yeah, man. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Yeah, definitely give us your feedback. Any things that you think we can do better? We're all ears. And I think we definitely need to reach out to people again to try to get some more people on. But that's definitely something to stay tuned for. But yeah, we'll do all of that. But thank you guys for listening. See you on the next one.
In a bit, people. Stay blessed.